anything we do with the best interests of the organization as a whole. And we feel like we're moving in the direction we want to move in. And we are, like I said, thankful for Mark, but excited about the future.
Success is measured where you are compared to where you could be.
Okay.
I thought I liked Mark Jackson. I don't know him very well, but I think Joe Lacob did the right thing.
I just told you, I think it sucks.
Why?
He took them to the playoffs. How do you fire a coach for taking the team to the playoffs?
It's probably one of the worst mistakes in franchise history.
Well, I mean, I think that he did a good job. I think the players supported him, and I don't understand why he was let go.
I think that it was a mistake. I think that he worked well with all the players.
But also
The fans across the board, Gary, think that this whole thing is ridiculous.
Have you ever heard that line, Daria? It's from Bill Polian. Used to be the general manager of the NFL Indianapolis Colts. Said, if you listen to the fans, one day you'll be sitting in the stands with the fans.
Okay. How about listening to, the team, all of the players? How about looking at what the team has done?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't make sense on so many levels. The only level it makes sense on is what you always say, which is if the boss, the big guy high up does not like you, you are out.
Yes, and that's why I never get too outraged on all these decisions, because honest to God, Daria, look where we work. The producer can like you, this guy can like you,
right?
Blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if the guy who signs your checks, wherever he may be, says there's something about this person I don't like or this or that, then everything in the middle doesn't matter.
I mean, I found myself, I'm talking to my gym guys, the old guys that talk to at the gym. They're giving the usual fan reaction. They were like, this is ridiculous. And I'm quoting you, and I'm like, you always say that. You say, you know what, it doesn't matter if you rub them the wrong way, So that got me thinking immediately. I was thinking Harbaugh. My head went to Harbaugh because we've heard the same descriptors. There's a rift. It's hard to repair. There's no ally in the front office. He doesn't accept criticism. Cocky, confident, boisterous. And I started going, okay, so he also has done an amazing job, same period of time, 3 years. Players love him. And I'm sitting there going, when is the shoe going to fall there? If he doesn't get
Harbaugh's success has been much more than what Mark Jackson's achieved. That's one.
Well,
and number two,
yeah.
This is Joe Lacob, a 60-year-old billionaire. Jed York is a 32-year-old guy who doesn't, to his credit, the guy who was the president of the 49ers, was given the team by his mom and dad.
Right.
And, he doesn't pretend to think he knows anything about basketball. Joe Lacob plays basketball every morning at 7 a.m.
Well, yeah, but people are like, great.
He's a self-made billionaire.
Yeah. Who's shooting hoops and bringing his hoop knowledge? Really?
Exactly.
Really?
He fancies himself a hoop guy. And more to the point, you have to get. Listen, I'm not defending it either. If I didn't follow this stuff and know the principles, I'd say, my gosh, these guys seem to run through a wall for Mark Jackson.
Right.
But these guys, right or wrong, send out the vibe that Jackson just didn't get along with people, that did not want input from anybody else.
Right.
And if you're a 60-year-old billionaire, life's too short. I want to be surrounded by people that I can get along with.
Right. So
And Daria, that's anybody.
And that's the thing. And you've also taught me that in sports as well, if you're winning, you can be a jerk. Now, so for example,
you have to win real big.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. All right. So had we gone not just to the postseason, but had really been closer to an actual NBA championship. But that's what I was thinking with Harbaugh. I'm like, okay, how big can you be a jerk? You got to win the Super Bowl. Can you almost win how many times before they go, I don't like you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I see Mark right now at this point. Mark Jackson has one in the middle.
Right.
He hasn't won at the top.
Right.
Harbaugh has, and I'll say it again.
Okay.
Jed York, the guy who signs Harbaugh's check, completely stays out of the football operation.
And
right?
then you have Harbaugh weighing in on this thing with Kaepernick, and Kaepernick weighing in. Now that we've got that kind of, it looks like Kaepernick's vindicated now with those 911 tapes coming out.
Sure.
That he was not in the room, that nothing happened really, and so Kaepernick is just saying that he's learned something from this whole thing. What do you think he's learned?
Well, he's learned you don't, if the woman's might be falling in love with you, don't lead her on.
Yeah, and maybe, don't party in hotel rooms, and there's that line between, hey, it seems like fun and nothing's going on, and then suddenly Twitter blows up and your reputation is shot.
Well, my thing is, if you're on a date, don't bring two guys with you.
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah. Don't get involved in something that could even look bad.
Next thing is, who's the Warrior coach? Listen for the name Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I've seen that name around. Maybe we'll talk about the prospects tomorrow as they begin to gel more.
All right, young lady.
Okay, and the NFL draft tomorrow night, too. All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, Daria.